That was as pretty and perfect of a jig bite on a walleye as you could ever get. I'm in 14 foot of water, but I'm only about 20 feet off of the edge of a piece of rock structure. So I'm out on the deeper side. I'm on the upwind side. So I'm on the side where the wind's pushing into these rocks. And in my humble opinion, I think a crawfish bait is the most underutilized bait for walleyes in the walleye world. For the rest of the season, whenever I'm over rock, I will be throwing one of these. And listen, I can say to you, okay, well, I'm looking for smallmouth. But the fact is that the walleye and the smallmouth live in the same spots on these same rock piles. And on every time you find rock, scattered rock, you're going to find these little buggers down there naturally. And again, these walleyes are the apex predator in this ecosystem, and they'll eat anything. And a delicious little crayfish is always on the menu. So I'm dragging it across the bottom. It's got a little 1/4 ounce football head, and I'm just ticking it off the rocks. If it gets hung up, I kind of bounce it. Now I felt him go took like this, and then it was soft because he picked it up and he sat there, and I just lifted the tip slightly. I felt the weight, boom, stuck him. And that's, you could have done that with a hair jig. You could have did that with a really small, like jigging wrap type bait. You could do it with a tube jig. There's a number of ways that you could have, a Ned rig. I mean, we all know now that the Ned rig is deadly for walleyes, and all you got to do is talk to your bass fishing buddies, the guys that are always looking for bass as opposed to walleyes, and how many walleyes they catch on a given day out here throwing bass tackle for stuff. I mean, I've caught these walleyes on spinner baits. I've caught them on chatter baits. I've caught them on any number of plastics you could possibly imagine, from drop shot to dragging to jigging to jigging in a trailer, you name it. So in one of my ad nauseum speeches, there's always more than one way to catch these fish. So we'll see. I don't have much time left. It's 10 after 7. It's been a very slow morning. I've had 2 rock bass and that walleye. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm going to get finished up here. The morning's kind of got away from me, honestly. When I stop and really finesse fish and pick a spot apart, it takes a while. And so normally I'm used to, covering water and power fishing, whether it's, jigging or, throwing a jerk bait or whatever. So I didn't really cover much water this morning, but that's okay. I really do enjoy finesse fishing. I like to be able to slow down and really pick spots apart and feel the rocks. And I spent a lot of time out on Dakin last year and enjoyed it thoroughly. I haven't even been down that far. Well, I trolled past there one day, but I'm gonna end it while we're talking. Just throwing a swim bait a couple times. It's time for me to go. Tell you, whether you're throwing a crankbait, a swim bait, any kind of jig, when you make contact with the bottom, I typically stop. And that deflection a lot of times will trigger that strike, especially if there's a fish right behind it. I think the much bigger issue for me right now is I just kind of feel unsettled. I'll be honest with you. I come out in the morning and I'm not really sure what I want to do or where I want to do it. And I'm halfway through the West End by the time I said, oh well, maybe I'll go here or maybe I'll go there. And I think conviction of mind and adherence to a plan sometimes is really critical. And I think that impacts your success more than your skill or your bait choice or anything else. Knowing what you want to do it, laying out the plan, and then executing the plan, I think is a model for success. And I have to take my own advice. Confidence is key. However you gain that confidence, whether it's, you find fish one day and you go back to them the very same day. We haven't had weather conditions that have been steady, so it's been a little challenging. But fishing's fishing, right? I mean, it's June 3rd today. The water temp is 57 degrees in 6 foot of water. It should be pushing 70, not 60. That hasn't stopped the fish from eating. It hasn't stopped the bite from happening. Every day on this lake, somebody smashes them and somebody gets skunked. Oh, there's a nice one. Oh, right at the boat. Right at the boat. Right at the boat. Ha ha! Nice walleye, too. Walleye! Look at how dark this sucker is. He looks like a big Canadian walleye. Nom, 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 nom. Right at the boat. Thank you, buddy. What a great way to end the morning. I'm in 7 foot of water, 6.5 foot of water. You knocked the stuffing right out of that. Look at that. This little Salmo clear perch has been the ticket. I haven't taken it off. I haven't fished another swim bait now in a week. Oh, that was awesome. Way to go. Matter of fact, I'm going to do one more. Oh, that didn't sound right. I'm going to do one more. Ah, that's better. All right. Last cast for love. Too, I said I'm on the windward side. I don't care if you're on a new body of water or an old one, and you're looking and you're anywhere around structure, I start on the upwind side. That's where the skirmish line is. That's where these waves and the water-driven current start pushing all that food up onto the rocks, up onto the structure, up onto the drop-off, whatever the case may be. And these walleyes are typically right in that skirmish line chasing. All right, I gotta go. I can't keep doing this. You guys are a bad influence on me. All right, I love you guys. I'd go fishing anyway, but I enjoy doing this for everybody. And if you enjoy it, do me a favor. I really want to get to 5,000. We're getting close. We're almost at 4,900. If you watch every day, if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button, please. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it really is priceless to me. I remember back when I hit 1,000, it was a big deal. I think that the metric changes once you hit 5,000 in the algorithm. Let's lets YouTube show it to more people. So that's my next plateau. And once we hit 5,000, then I want to hit 10,000. We're back and we're better than ever. And actually, I've got a big Walleye Fest meeting tonight with my team. And hopefully tomorrow morning, we're going to have a big announcement. Stay tuned for that. Also, next Monday, I think I've got something special for everybody too. So we got good stuff going on. Got real good stuff going on. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Keep your tip up.